Hi, everyone, and welcome. We're so glad you could join us today for our webinar on RMS Pay. We're excited to introduce RMS Pay's launch into the North American market this week. And in this webinar, we'll walk you through what it does, how it makes your payments quicker, safer, and smarter. We'll also leave time at the end to answer your questions, so feel free to start dropping those into the chat at any point. So let's kick things off by introducing the team here with me today. I'm Caitlin Weideman, Product Marketing Manager, and I'm joining you from Denver, Colorado. You'll also hear from Chuck Dunay, our Senior Sales Executive based in Travelers Rest, South Carolina. Then we have Jillian Mashad from our Customer Success team, and she's in Sacramento, California. And then we'll have Tom McMahon, our Customer Success Manager in Ontario, Canada. And behind the scenes in the chat, we've got Amanda, and she's a customer success specialist, Dan, our implementation and training representative, and Kelly, our product manager, who's joining us all the way from Australia. So don't hesitate to ask questions as we go, and they'll help us answer them. So here's a quick look at what we're going to cover today, and then we'll dive right into it. So first, Chuck's going to introduce RMS Pay, what it is, how it's performing globally, and why it's getting such great feedback from customers. Then we'll take a closer look at how RMS Pay delivers value, especially in hospitality settings. Things like how automation and integration streamline operations and free up your cash and time, how guest-friendly payment options increase conversions and make your guests happy, and how RMS Pay keeps payments secure with support from the RMS team you already know. So we'll also share some real-world results and customer quotes, and we'll wrap up with a Q&A session. So I'd like to kick off this webinar with a really easy poll. How many of you are currently looking to switch your payment gateway provider? So you'll see a poll on your screen, I think on the right-hand side. Please make a selection and let us know if this is something that's been on your mind lately. Thanks again and welcome. Take it away, Chuck.
All righty. Well, thank you, Caitlin. I appreciate that and glad to be here today. So, what is RMS Pay? It is our own embedded payment solution. Unlike some of the third-party payment gateways that we have supported, RMS Pay is built specifically for the hospitality industry and for your RMS system. It's designed to take the manual work out of processing, and whether it's sending reminders, scheduling installments, or processing settlements. You'll set your payment rules once, and then RMS Pay handles the rest. Guests will have the flexibility to pay however they want. It could be by a secure pay by link sent out via email or a text, a tap to pay with a credit card, a smartphone, a watch, my preference, or inserting the card in an embedded chip reader, all with the credit cards that your property already accepts. The more options you offer, the smoother the experience. And on the back end, it's all PCI compliant with built-in fraud protection, full authorization, and chargeback handling, all from inside your RMS system. And of course, our support team is always available to help you. RMS has been up and running in Australia and New Zealand and United Kingdom and throughout Europe for several years. Now we're bringing it to our clients in the US and Canada. RMS itself, our company, has been around for 42 years, and we now support more than 7,000 hospitality businesses worldwide. And over 1,200 of them are using RMS Pay right now. All right, so it's nice to know that you don't have to just take our word on RMS Pay's value to our hospitality operators, though. Here's what one of our clients, Ravi Satyabulu, hopefully I'm saying that right, but Ravi, who is the general manager at Quest in Penrith in Australia, had this to say. He said, quote, "Before the grand unveiling of RMS Pay, our manual payment process felt like a cumbersome anchor, dragging on our daily rhythm with its time-consuming nature," end quote. Quest Penrith is a 115-room property located in Sydney. And before RMS Pay, they were facing challenges with manual processes, chargebacks, and onboarding efficiencies. Since implementing RMS Pay, they have told us they can now process 70 arrivals in under 5 minutes. It's over half their hotel. They've significantly reduced chargebacks, and they're seeing less human errors, freeing up the staff to focus on delivering exceptional guest service, of course. We love sharing the comments and hearing how RMS with RMS Pay makes serving guests easier for our hotel operators like Ravi. Alrighty, so we're going to take a quick poll. We have another one coming up here. So this particular poll, we're curious if you know who your current payment gateway provider is. Just a simple yes or no, but we're curious. I do a lot of demonstrations with people where they're looking for a new PMS, and frequently don't know that. So let's see what the poll says. Do you know? Okay, yes. Most of the attendees here are likely already using a few no's there, but yeah, it's sometimes people don't know who they're using, and that'll come into play with some of the responses that we'll be talking about and how we can help with that. So interesting. Alrighty, so let's take a closer look at how RMS Pay was purpose-built for the hospitality business like y'all's. But first, we'd like to ask you another quick question. This one's a multiple choice response. So we'll run that poll and we'll see. So what we're going to be asking here is maybe your main concerns. You know, what are your biggest payment pain points? Is it not enough payment options for your guests? Is it poor integration with your property management system? Is it a difficult process to combat disputes? Or is it a payment authorization issues and delays? So go ahead and select your answer. We'll check out the results in a moment. However, one of the biggest points that we hear in the hospitality is around payments in general. Not offering enough payment options can turn guests away at the last minute. Poor property management system integration slows down staff, and it leads to billing errors. Disputes become a nightmare, of course, when there's no easy way to pull up transaction data. And if a payment authorization fails or is delayed, it can create lines at your front desk and risk lost revenue. Nobody wants that, of course. And it adds frictions to both your team and your guests, which both can be very vocal at times, we know. But let's take a look at the poll results. And what was that? We had, okay, it looks like poor integration is the leader there by a nose. Not enough payment options for guests was behind there. So that's interesting. So the results are in. So I'm going to hand it over to Tom.
Sounds good. Thanks, Chuck. Let's talk about one of the things that really sets RMS Pay apart, and that's how seamlessly it integrates with your existing RMS platform that most of you guys are probably using today. With RMS Pay, you're not plugging in a third-party tool or dealing with extra logins or disconnected systems. This is a fully native system and solution that we've developed right into the tools that you already use every single day. This means everything from the booking engine to the guest portal is connected. Payments and reservations are always in sync. So when a guest makes a reservation, updates their stay, or cancels, the payment information updates automatically behind the scenes. There's no need for manual entry, no duplicate work, and no risk of things falling out of alignment.
All right, good stuff. And here's where it gets even better. Chargeback alerts show up right inside your system so you can act fast, respond with documentation, and give yourself the best chance of winning that dispute. But more on chargebacks a little later. When it comes time to reconcile with your bank deposits, everything is already there. Your payments, the fees, the settlements, and guest data. It's all in one place. No more chasing down reports from multiple providers. No more spreadsheets trying to match transactions with reservations. It's just a clean, clear, up-to-date financial ready when you are. And that's the power of a truly integrated system. It's not just saving time, it's about staying ahead of issues and making smarter and faster decisions with confidence.
Yeah, that's right. Thanks, Chuck. So we're going to take a quick little quiz. You guys might have already got the prompt on your screen. And the quiz is, how much time each week do RMS Pay users report saving on payment and reconciliation tasks? No time saved, 2 to 3 hours, 3 to 4 hours, or over 5 hours each week. I'll give you guys a few minutes to answer here, and some of you guys are speedy. There's already answers coming in. I wasn't even done speaking, but I guess you guys might have already been reading the quiz. And this could be for a number of different things too. Could be for just the new functionality that we're going to discuss as well, just reconciliation, end of day, if you're doing any auditing.
2 to 3 is taking the lead.
Yeah, I see
You got
that.
14 seconds. Oh, here comes what's 3 to 4.
Results, they are still coming in. There's only a couple seconds left. Looks like a good chunk you guys did get it right as well. So properties have reported saving over 5 hours each week on payment and reconciliation tasks when using RMS Pay, which is pretty impressive.
Yes.
One of the biggest pain points that we kept hearing from operators was around those uncomfortable payment conversations at check-in or check-out. And you guys probably know the ones when the guest arrives and still owes a bit of a balance, or they weren't aware of the deposit policy, and now your staff is trying to collect payment while also trying to deliver a great first impression. So with RMS Pay, we've built in features that help you get ahead of all of that. You can schedule payment requests in advance. So if you want to collect a deposit at the time of booking or charge the remaining balance a few days before check-in, that's all handled for you. When the guests are not when your guests are nudged by email or text before they arrive, there are no surprises. They know what's due and when it's due. This means fewer cancellations, fewer surprises at the front desk, and a more seamless experience for both you, your team, and your guests. It also helps with forecasting and cash flow because you have a clearer picture of expected revenue in advance.
Yeah, all good stuff. No one likes those uncomfortable payment conversations, do they, Tom? Let's face it, your front desk is already juggling a lot. The last thing your team needs is to be tied up with payment issues or clearing up billing miscommunications while a line of guests wait. With RMS Pay, you take that pressure off. Those automations that Tom mentioned, those mean there are fewer surprises at check-in and fewer of those awkward conversations. Even better, you're no longer limited to the front desk. And with mobile terminals, RMS Pay lets your team process payments on the go using a mobile terminal anywhere on the property. It could be at the pool, in your gift shop, maybe even in the hallway. You name it. Wherever on your property you need to transact something, you'll be able to. It's faster, more reliable, and creates a smoother experience for both staff and guests. Current RMS Pay users are confirming this benefit. We found that 72% who are using RMS Pay report improved front desk productivity.
It's pretty good. Lainey Chambers from Woodsgate Beach House in Queensland, Australia says RMS Pay has allowed the front office role to be remote, saving office running hours as well. Next, let's talk about flexibility, specifically how RMS Pay helps guests pay the way that they want. And for that, I will hand it over to Jillian.
Thank you so much, Tom, and good morning and afternoon to everyone joining us. I'm so excited to share more info on RMS Pay. So let's first chat about payment flexibility. It's all about giving your guests choice, and RMS Pay has plenty of options, including the Pay by Link feature via SMS or email, all major credit cards, tap-to-pay terminals, prepay options, and mobile wallets.
And behind the scenes, you can trigger automated reminders, schedule payments, and send receipts all effortlessly as well.
That is right. So let's chat some more about the Pay by Link feature. Pay by Link is the game changer for busy properties. You can now combine the SMS module with RMS Pay by Link to send secure Pay by Links via text or even by email. So no more juggling credit card forms or lengthy phone calls, just simple, easy transactions. Think about that traveler who arrives late at night only to have their card declined because their bank flagged the transaction as suspicious. We've either been them or we've helped them. So instead of scrambling for a new authorization form, you can simply send a secure link to the person paying, and they can complete that payment instantly and from anywhere. It's so fast, it's easy, but best of all, it's PCI compliant and uses 3D secure authentication, which shifts the liability to the bank issuer and effectively reduces your risk of chargebacks. So no more reading card numbers over the phone or tying up your front desk with those long payment calls, just simple, secure, and efficient payments. We spoke with one of our clients, Stephanie Robertson, who is the general manager over at Quest Collingwood in Melbourne, and she has shared the same sentiment, saying there was really no way to secure a card payment previously without doing it over the phone or doing something manual like sending a form, and the security around those processes is questionable. Now I just send out a payment link and it eliminates those problems completely. So not only are they getting valuable time back in their day, but they're also processing payments more safely and securely. Since activating RMS Pay, their property saw a huge 93% drop in disputes in just 10 months. Plus, they fully automated their night audit process, cutting down on manual work and reducing errors.
Pretty good. Pay by Link can reduce abandoned reservations and cancellations because you collect the payment at your guest's convenience on your timeline and securely. Combine the benefits of RMS automation tools with Pay by Link by setting up rules so your links send based on a guest's action or timeline, such as check in, check out, 3 days before arrival, for just example. You can also track each link status, balance, and expiration right inside of your RMS platform on a Pay by Link status dashboard. When payments are made, they're sent through a secure RMS Pay page, receipts are sent out instantly, and your Pay by Link status dashboard is updated in real time. Oh, sorry.
You're good.
Deb Holland
Like we got
from
a quote.
Forest Rise Chalet and Lodge in Margaret River, Australia says, it's so simple to reconcile the daily banking and Pay by Link feels secure for guests to use.
Which is awesome. Alrighty, so let's shift gears and talk about support and security, which are two things we take very seriously here.
Absolutely right. We do. Very important. And RMS Pay includes built-in dispute dashboard with real-time chargeback alerts, giving you one centralized place to view, approve, dispute, or investigate chargebacks. And so we're going to walk through what a payment chargeback can look like in a typical hotel setting. Probably all have been there, but we'll just go over it. You're going to, say a guest at your property stays for 2 nights. He checks in, he signs the registration form, he uses his key card, he replies to a welcome text, and everything seems fine. But wait, a few days after checkout, you notice your payment process. You notice from your payment processor he's disputed the charge with his credit card provider, claiming he never stayed at your hotel. Right now, you're looking at a chargeback. The card issue has pulled the funds back, and you're on your own to prove the stay happened. That means digging up the folio, registration card, maybe even a key card log or security footage, whatever you've got to show that it was a valid transaction. And the guy was there. If you can't respond in time, or if your documentation isn't strong enough, you lose the revenue plus a fee. And if too many chargebacks like this happen, it can really impact your revenue. So that's why it's so important to have a payment system like RMS Pay that gives you instant access to transaction details, guest data, and reporting. It makes it so much easier to respond quickly, provide solid evidence, and most importantly, protect your revenue. This feature alone is a great reason to consider RMS Pay, as there's no need to access a separate processor portal. You don't have to leave RMS and go log into something else. Any user in RMS whose security profile is set up with authorization will have access to respond to alerts and potential chargebacks. You're not alone. With RMS Pay, every chargeback is linked directly to the correct reservation transaction, so you have everything you need. It's right at your fingertips. It's organized and accessible and stress-free. In fact, 98% of RMS Pay customers have reported fewer than 1 chargeback per month. Amen.
That's huge. Alrighty. The accounts team at the Charleston Apartments even said they have not had any disputes since implementing RMS Pay and the Pay by Link feature.
Cool. All righty, so let's take a moment. So if you have a chance to answer our next poll, I'll keep this interactive. Which RMS Pay benefit are you most excited about? Is it pay by link, dispute management, the settlement report, or the deep integration into your RMS platform? I'm going to venture a guess that it will likely be the pay by links. I like the guess, and the clerk do not have to read the card number out, like you were saying, Jillian, earlier.
Yeah.
So let's see what the what's the poll say.
Pay by link in the lead strongly.
All right. Yes. All right. I anticipated that. So just so you know, I do a lot of demos with clients, and I was doing a demo with a lady who was working at the front desk, and she took a reservation. She had to work, and she took the credit card number over the phone while I was recording the meeting as well. So she said the credit card number out loud, and we could have done a pay by link. So
Oh man.
definitely a scenario. You don't want that to happen. So definitely I can see why that one's exciting.
Yeah, that's definitely not PCI compliant to read it back from the guest. So, all right, I think that pulls over, and pay by link definitely took the lead as expected. Thank you, Chuck. Uh, so next, let's talk about something that often causes the most frustration in payment processing, which is settlements. And most importantly, how RMS Pay completely transforms the way you handle them. RMS Pay brings clarity to your settlements like never before. This isn't just about getting a spreadsheet with numbers on it. We're talking about fully transparent, easy to understand reporting that gives you a complete picture of what's happening with your money. You will receive detailed reports that break everything down: your payouts, your processing fees, and even your taxes, all in a single centralized view that you can run straight out of RMS. No more waiting for that bill to roll in and trying to figure out those numbers. So whether you're reconciling your books or preparing financial statements, that level of clarity is going to be a game changer in your daily operations. And here's where it gets even more flexible. You can generate that report by accounting date, settlement date, or even the batch ID. So whatever your internal process looks like, RMS Pay adapts to you and not the other way around. This means smoother operations, faster reconciliations, and fewer headaches for your team. Think about how much time is wasted bouncing between platforms, digging through disconnected systems, or worse, trying to decode that complex spreadsheet that never quite lines up. With RMS Pay, that's all gone. You're not guessing anymore. You're not cobbling together reports manually. You are in control. You are informed. And most importantly, you're confident in the numbers that you are seeing. When you have clean, accurate reporting at your fingertips, you're empowered to make smarter decisions for your business and faster.
All good stuff. So let's dive right into one of the biggest advantages of moving to RMS Pay. We're no longer dependent on third-party systems. With RMS Pay, everything is supported by the same team that already supports your RMS platform. These are the people who understand your property, your workflows, and your business goals because they've already helped you onboard your RMS property management system. And now they'll be there to help you onboard and set up RMS Pay too. That means no handoffs. We know how that goes. No more repeating yourself, and no more delays dealing with disconnected support teams. When you need help, you're talking to someone who already knows your setup and can solve problems faster. This tight integration leads to a smoother experience, quicker resolutions, and a system that truly works as one because it's all managed by a single trusted provider who knows your business inside and out.
That's right. And because RMS Pay meets strict PCI, DSS, and 3DS standards, your transactions are not just safe, they're fully verified and protected. In fact, since switching to RMS Pay, 74% of customers say they feel more confident about their payment security. And that peace of mind, it's pretty hard to beat.
Yep.
We also heard from Adam Eels from Kailina Ski Club in Victoria, Australia, who actually cites RMS support as one of his favorite parts of RMS Pay. It's all about the consolidation of suppliers. Only need to speak to RMS if there's a payment issue, and everything falls back to RMS.
If you're ready to learn how RMS can help your property, we invite you to scan the code that's on the screen. We're going to leave it there for a minute. It's not like me when I'm watching TV and I have to get up and get my phone and do it. Scan that code and we'll be in touch to set up a custom demo and show you how the system can do all these wonderful things.
That's right. And if there are any questions you haven't sent in yet, now's the time. All the speakers you just heard from will join us back on stage and answer as many as we can in the remaining few minutes of this webinar.
Give it a couple minutes for those questions to start rolling in.
I see one. Let's see.
I will go ahead and respond to one of them. So are fees listed as line items in reporting? So yes, transactions, fees, and taxes are line items in your RMS Pay settlement report. So that is where you are going to find those.
Okay, I see another one. How fast are payouts? That's a good and common question. So we use what we call T+2 payment models. So that means that it'll typically take around 2 to 3 business days in the US and Canada after the transaction settlement date, unless there's a weekend or a bank holiday. So those are 2 to 3 business days.
All right, I see one. How do I know if someone used the pay by link? Well, there's a dashboard that tells you the balance, when it was sent, and if you set it to expire. So you'll just click on the menu option for the dashboard.
Awesome. I see one about pre-authorization, so I'll grab that one. Does pre-authorization still work with RMS Pay? So in RMS Pay, you have more flexibility and control over your pre-authorizations. On top of existing pre-authorization features with other payment gateway, RMS Pay introduces new features allowing pre-authorization to be released from the reservation screen and allows you to collect a pre-authorization from the guest during the pre-check-in process through the guest portal.
Nice. I'll grab one. So when is this available in the US? So US, and you know what? Got to shout out my fellow Canadians. It is available today in the US and Canada.
I saw one from, hey, Rusty, I see you're here. I worked with Rusty. I see you want a demo. You couldn't get the QR code. I'll reach out to you, but you asked a question a minute ago. I don't know where it went. If that eliminates NDMS, and yes, it does. That would be eliminated. So. Oh, I also see Maria. Hey, Maria. I worked with Maria. Maria, unfortunately, Turks and Caicos is not yet supported.
All right, we have quite a few coming in.
Is RMS back at Stripe? This, I'm not sure if somebody sees that one. Stripe is a separate payment gateway. This would not be used. Stripe would be replaced.
Yeah, this will be used in place of Stripe.
Is this available immediately? Yes, it's available immediately. It's available right now. So if you're interested, please reach out to us. We're happy to book a demo, send over proposals, and really talk you through the next steps of what that looks like to get this at your property.
I don't know who, but somebody asked, does pre-authorization still work with RMS Pay? It does, yeah. So pre-auths work. Kind of, if you guys have used pre-auth with an existing gateway connection, pre-auths will still function exactly the same. You can still pre-auth a card, use it. The release back is still automated, or it can be pushed if needed as well. But yeah, pre-auths function with RMS Pay as well.
I see one. Sonia, will this integrate with Lightspeed? No, it would not integrate with Lightspeed. You'd process through them. If they bill the charge to the room, of course, then you would process through RMS Pay when you settle the fully.
I see a few questions about transaction fees. So we will have your information and we are going to take it back after this call. So those of you asking about transaction fees, we'll reach out to you and we will start that conversation and send over a proposal for you guys to look at and really go from there.
Oh, I see one more. Megan. Hey, lots of people I know in here. This is fun. Megan, when sending the link out to the guests, is this customizable? It is. You would create a template, just like you do for your emails and your text messages. So create a template and you embed the merge fields for the link. So you'll make it look nice and pretty.
I'll just address there's a couple questions about pricing and fees. So we can provide more detail on that when you schedule a demo, because there are various rates. It depends on the card companies, as well as terminal rent and purchase options. So that's variable. So we won't be able to answer that just really easily right now.
And Amy asked a question similar to one that I know Rusty and some others have asked. Does this NDMS, many of you have been using NDMS, but Bridge Pay is the payment gateway. Yes, Bridge Pay, whoever your processor is, all of that would become replaced by RMS Pay. And then, of course, all of the nice features that we mentioned today would be available. Those have been some good questions.
Lots of questions.
Yeah. Thank you. Oh, I see a question about terminals. One moment. Okay, so the terminals work like standard. They connect to your Wi-Fi to take payments across your property, so you're mobile. You'll create a receipt in RMS, and then you'll push that payment to the terminal where the payment is captured. But coming soon to our roadmap is something really exciting. We're gonna have standalone terminals. So this means that you'll be able to take payments without the need to initiate the receipt in RMS, which is gonna be a great solution if your property has a small kiosk, cafe, or a recreational outlet, for example.
Sorry, I ran to go grab my terminal too, even though my background's going to cut off a little. Just looks like a thick iPhone is basically it.
Very slick. Yeah.
Can work totally wireless, has a incredibly long battery. I don't think I've actually had to charge this thing yet. Yeah, or you can plug it into Ethernet cable or to the charger and work with it plugged in permanently as well. So it is quite nice though. But yeah, these are them. This is a rough visual. Sorry, guys.
I saw a question, Tim Hitchcock. I know it was, forget, I look at it. They're coming in and it's scrolling down. But the question was from somebody, is there a need to upgrade RMS? No, it's the same version of RMS that you have. So there's no upgrade involved in the actual RMS system. Michael, I think that was your question.
We do have a question from Megan. When sending the links out to guests, is this customizable to send with our company branding? So we do use form fields to send those texts, so you can customize what you're saying. Maybe somebody else can touch on the branding piece of that.
Yeah, I can set something up with you, Megan, and we can run through it as well. But yeah, essentially, we can set up different form letters based on the companies that you might correspond with and work with. And they can be branded based on that specific company. And yeah, they can be customized and sent out based on whichever form is needed. So yeah.
Just looking through.
Yeah. No, I'm just looking through as well. There's lots of good questions in there, and it looks like our team behind us is also helping us get through them, just so we can get you guys all answered.
Oh, and thank you, Amanda, for dropping the link too. And Megan, sorry, I did see the follow-up question when I clicked into your name there. If we complete our charges for guests weekly for long-term stays, can that be scheduled? They can be scheduled, yes. Yeah.
think, Chuck, you answered the Stripe question.
There's one, Aaron, any future support plan for ACH? I've heard talk of that. I don't think there's anything in the near future, but stay tuned. There may be some whispering of that, but nothing right now. Correct, team? Am I right on that?
I believe so. I think Kelly's around. She might be able to jump on that one.
And it looks like Kim answered that, Amy. So now we're getting thank yous. So yeah, a lot of good interaction today.
Megan is asking, oh, nope, Tommy already answered that about long-term stays and schedules.
Alrighty.
Okay. I think that we answered quite a few of these questions. Thank you to the team behind the scenes who is also answering. If there's anything that we didn't get to, if we missed a question or you think of another question after this webinar is done, please create a support ticket or send us an email and set up a demo for sure. We are so glad that you guys joined us today. We're really excited to be launching RMS Pay into North America. It's a really big deal for us, and we're excited to share this product with you that's been so successful globally and with our existing clients. So thanks again for spending time with us today. Keep an eye on your inbox. We'll be sending out some more information, and we hope to chat again soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Take care.
Bye.